Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about something very serious, and it is how I became a Christian. I'm talking kind of quiet because it's 6:30 in the morning and everyone's asleep, and I felt this in my heart, so I want to talk about it. So if we're gonna jump right into it, I'm going to talk about first how it is as a Christian right now. I feel like I don't really belong when it comes to being Christian because I'm the only Christian in my family. I've had some Christian relatives, but none that I've really connected with. But other than that, it gets really lonely, and because I don't have much Christian friends that I can really rely on. But if we're talking about my childhood, I'm Cambodian and I lived in a really broken childhood household, and that included things like normalizing verbal abuse. I would say my family, we had a lot of Buddhas in our house, so I'm guessing we were Buddhists, but we never really followed any rules or anything. But I lived in a really toxic household. I didn't really have any emotionally available parents. One of my parents had left, and one of my parents was an alcoholic, so it was really confusing. And my parents are divorced, so my family weren't really the best to me. I definitely feel like it was normalized. Trauma was really normalized in my house. If I could explain it, I would say yelling was. I had a lot of bad influences when it came to friends. Like, during middle school, I had friends where they would get into fights, create drama. They did bad stuff. Like, there was one point where I did weed, which is really hard for me to admit. But yeah, so this just shows that I was seeking everything of the world. I was also seeking like male validation. I got caught up in things like lustfully. But yeah, I did all the things, all the bad things I searched for. I had really bad addictions too. That was more so middle schoolish to childhood. This is only like the top part of everything, but I didn't want to go too deep into it, but that's the main part of everything. But like moving forward to my high school years, during my freshman year, I would say that I turned to gluttony a lot, and during my freshman year, I moved in with one parent. I had moved out of my old household, and I was with one parent who I didn't really have a close relationship to, but I was very gluttonous. I think I ended up gaining some weight because of it, but yeah. I also ended up turning to lots of lust, and one of it was something bad. That's all I gotta say. But even after that, I was still empty. It led me down a wrong path. But during my freshman year, I was a Christian. I was still trying to find God and stuff like that, but it was never really like a real relationship. It was more so like it was just lukewarm. That's what it was. It was lukewarm Christianity. But during my sophomore year, I ended up getting closer to it more, and I feel like it was because I stopped chasing worldly things. And I grew a lot during my sophomore year, and it was because I really started to see his love and the fulfillment that I got out of it. Because before, I was more so focused on healing my traumas and the bad things that had happened to me, and I was so focused on that I made it my center, and I made myself my center, and I made like bad addictions my center, which shouldn't have been the case. And if you think that trauma is normal in a household, it is not. I want to tell you guys this, it is not normal. My goal is to break my generational curse, which is full of trauma, and I hate it because I am also seen as weird for it. After I had moved out of my house that was toxic, I was definitely seen as the black sheep, and you are going to be seen as it if you try to choose a different path, but that's fine. And I definitely wouldn't have done it without God, which I'm so grateful for. But yeah, he pulled me out of it, and he is still working on me. There are still things that I'm working on. But if you are in a Buddhist household, if you are in a verbally abusive household, if you have friends who you feel like are not for your best self, or even a boyfriend, I had an emotionally abusive boyfriend in 8th grade, and it was not good. I definitely think that was my turning point too, because I had left my family also for that boyfriend, and so I had nothing, and so my only choice was really to turn to a God. And I think truly you can't even trust yourself at some point, because you are going to lose yourself, and you can't bring yourself up on your own, and there's only God who will lift you up, because you were put on this earth by God, and so why wouldn't you live for God? And so I just really feel like that's the only way. And so if you are looking to turn to Christianity, what I would say is just start praying and see for yourself, because I can just be talking right now, but if you just see for yourself and you believe, you will get something in return. And what I have experienced is that when I called out, I got something in return. And you just feel like peaceful when you know that you have something above you that is taking care of you. Because as someone who didn't have parents to really be my safe place, having something above me to take care of me feels really good, especially because I am young and I don't know what I'm doing. My goal in life is just to pursue my passions and to just become my best self, and I can't do it without something to guide me, which is Jesus. And the reason why I believe in Jesus out of all gods is because Jesus asked me to come to him flawed. And there hasn't been any other religion where it says that, at least from my experience. But when I go to Jesus, I feel like I can go there flawed. I can go to him because I am sinful and I am a human that is not healed. I'm so not healed right now. But I am glad that I have something to turn to. And yeah, that's basically it. This is for anyone who needs to hear it. I just want to let everyone know that I am a flawed human. I also have battles, I also have traumas, and I'm just a person trying to live a good life through Christ.